WhatsApp group yet. We are finishing the first semester. Why didn't you add me? I added you.
Example of not being proactive.
No. What's up, everyone, and welcome back to episode 2, Why Ivy League Students Have Regrets, part 2. I'm Nick.
I'm Ivy.
I'm Emily.
I'm Ching.
And let's just dive right into it. Like, there was just too much good stuff to talk about in episode 1 that we decided, let's just make a part 2 to it. But, so we left off talking about all the regrets we had with just getting into the school, starting off, and there's just way too much to do, right? I don't know, Emily, what are your thoughts?
For me, I think beside the class and the course, I think for the most regret part is that I'm the last one to get the information because there are so many events in Ivy League school, like the ball game.
Ball game?
Oh, yeah. Are you talking about the ball game? Game at the very beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah. You still went, though.
Yeah.
But I still think that I'm the last one to get the tickets.
There are so many events that you can attend, and like your classmates go, and then your friends go, but you were like, what? There's this event? I don't know where people get this information.
Yeah.
No, hold up for a second. Let me tell you. You may have thought that you were the last to hear about it, but you know how I knew? I was talking to one of our friends in the health management sitting right next to me in the class we audit, and he was like, "Hey, dude, you going to the ball game today?" And I was like, "What ball game?" And then I check, and I'm like, "Oh man!" And then there weren't even tickets left. So you got tickets. There is photographic proof that y'all went there. So don't be telling me you the last person to hear about events.
Let the pro tell you what to do.
Okay, all right.
Here's the pro.
Yeah, she really is the pro.
I'm kidding. But in the Ivy League school, there are a lot of international students. And in the US, this is 2021 December. WhatsApp is the app to use in an Ivy League school to contact other people. Because WhatsApp outside of the US is super, super popular. It's like the number 3 most used social media in the world.
I didn't know that.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
Wasn't that in our assignment?
What's our
103 next week.
Really? I don't know that. Oh,
this
my
week.
God.
This week. It's due this week.
You see what I don't even know what's going on in our class.
Oh, you mean the social media?
Social media.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I read that.
Oh my God.
I think WhatsApp is not the...
No, like WeChat beats it out, right? WeChat for sure. And then what's this? Like Facebook Messenger and then WhatsApp. But Facebook and WhatsApp own each other. Like Facebook owns WhatsApp, right? It's the same thing, just encrypted.
But you
WhatsApp is a lot more used than Instagram.
you don't got these information from school's email. You just got them from WeChat.
Our school is so bad at communications.
Yes.
It's so bad at communications. I was expecting so much more from an Ivy League school.
Wait. You just mentioned that you went to game. So you are in...
You've been saying in this entire time. Do you know how many grad schools? Oh man, there's only one Ivy League school.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, there are 2.
No, one technically. The other one is not an Ivy League.
Did we say
Ivy League. Yeah, I did.
we can beep it?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah, that's a good idea. Almost gave it away. Now we gotta hold the suspense. Anyways. No, yes, there's another one, but maybe we should have changed the title to Ivy League Level. I think that would be much more inclusive.
Level? No, we are an Ivy League school. We don't want to... Because if we said level, then they're going to assume, oh, yeah, it's not an Ivy League. It's like an Ivy League.
But there are plenty of schools that are at the caliber, if not better.
Not everyone thinks that.
Whatever. I mean, okay, international students here. So, I don't know, but, like, every international student I've talked about that I've asked, why did you choose here? I mean, like, why here over the other ones? Because clearly the other programs are ranked higher than our program. And everybody's like, because everybody knows the name, you know. And I'm like, really? But you know and I know, like, you're in the field. I'm like, yeah, but that's all that people know. So that's why I went, right?
That's at least 30% of why I chose this school too.
30%.
35.
Such an accurate number. 35.
Yeah, it does help, right? Anyway, back to regrets.
Yeah, back to the regret. I
Yeah.
still want to hear what experts think because I think I'm not in a lot of WhatsApp group, so I still get the information. Get not a lot of information about the event.
Join the WhatsApp groups. Join the
How do
WhatsApp
you join
Yeah,
them?
how do you join them? And you can go
Yeah.
another grad school event too.
You mean other schools?
Yeah, other schools.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
I'm
big.
not at that level.
But how did you get to these WhatsApp group at the first place? Because when I came here, I thought I saw people always already in the groups. I was the one left outside the circle. How can you get in at the first place?
Did you use Slack?
Slack?
Yeah, so before, okay, so I'll say this. Before even coming into school, they sent an email to have all the students join the Slack group, and we were just introducing ourselves. So yeah, some of the WhatsApp groups are there, but like the one for field trips, I was like, what? Where? How? Let me be real with you. If you want to hear from the expert, we have to really tell you that the expert here is part of our student council. So, of course, she's going to have access to a lot more stuff that we don't have access to.
Don't blame it on the student council.
I'm not blaming it
just
on student
popular.
council.
No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
Okay, yes. She really is. Like, she knows everybody.
I'm
Everybody
kidding,
knows
I'm
her.
kidding. No.
Okay, whatever. Like, okay, fine. So I guess the moral of the story is, like, use the Slack with the emails, even though our school's so bad at emails.
Yeah, pay attention to the initial messages before you get into school. People don't know anyone, and they're gonna promote their WhatsApp groups on those school-given media. So like Slack for our case, they were like our dorm.
So, okay, if you're wondering why we're laughing and there's so many beeps, it's because we want to, like, seriously, by episode 5, if you haven't guessed where we go to school yet,
You
He said it, not me. He said it, not me. But honestly, we're going to be trying to give you hints throughout all the next 5 episodes, the first 5 episodes of this podcast. And if you don't know where we are yet, we'll put up a poll or something somewhere, or comment on any of our platforms. I don't know. Give us your guess. Where do you think we go to school?
Back to
So
So-
the emails they sent out, like, I mean, the semester start in August. When are these emails?
they were sent starting from like May.
May?
I think even earlier than that. Like,
I only got in April.
I think the email to get into Slack, right? But I think, like, the day that I think all our results came out in February, right? Like, when we got the acceptance letters. And in February, that was, like, in the first page, you're like, okay, promote these people. Here's your program director. Here's your program manager. Or here's your person who's a head of student services or all that stuff. And I think that's actually the better proactive thing to do. Figure out who the heads of your programs are and ask them up front, like, hey, is there going to be a Slack channel or a group meet, or is there going to be something for us to connect with everybody ahead of time, and then connect that way, right? And if at the very least, ask for alumni. I think that was the best thing. I asked for an alumni to talk about, and I asked them, like, hey, so how'd you get in touch? How'd you kind of grow with your people? And then she mentioned to me, yo, like, yeah, we had a group. We had a WhatsApp group. Everybody was there. I was like, oh, okay, so I guess that's the new thing.
But you didn't join it?
No, I did. No, I joined my cohorts, but I thought that, so, like, every program has their own thing as part of your school, and no matter what anybody says, if somebody's going to be rude and tell you, no, you can't join, forget about them, okay? Just join it anyways. Nobody's going to look at your number and go like, oh, yeah, this person's not in our program. Okay. No, just join it anyway so you know what's happening, because I just sucked it up. At first, I was just in our cohort, right? And then I didn't realize, oh, our cohort has 2 divisions, like the 1-year program and the 2-year program. So we have a combined group. Then we have the split group. Then we have the group where it's split plus the previous year's plus this year's, right? So
Don't be afraid to join groups that you're not sure if you belong to.
thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
For example, we live in the dorm, and there are a lot of people that don't live in our dorm that are in our WhatsApp group, but they get all the information about what's happening and what outings there are.
Yes.
Hold up.
And then they even attend
Yeah,
the event that
it was meant for our dorm.
Hold up. I am not on this WhatsApp group yet. We are finishing the first semester. Why didn't you add me? I added you.
Example of
Oh my-
not being proactive.
No. I asked, and then you were like, "Oh, we have our own group. No offer." Like, "Oh, you want to join? Here's the link." Do that. Don't be like her.
Don't be like him.
Don't be like her. You know? Oh my gosh. I dropped so many hints. Oh, I'd love to be on. No.
Why is it my fault? We're all in the dorm.
But you were in the events, right?
No.
We just invite you personally. It's
Which event?
more personal.
What event?
We haven't had an.
There's an event this Monday. There's a movie night.
Oh,
Yeah, we ask you.
Okay, now, okay, see, so thank you all for being, public pressure here, because this worked. Yeah, you finally invited me to an event at your dorm. I think that's another regret. I regret not choosing to live in a dorm. Like, my housing situation...
live in a dorm.
Oh my gosh. Like, we think that dorms are just for undergrad, right? Yeah, I'm older, I'm more mature, I'm gonna do my thing. No.
Grad dorms, I don't know about in general, but our dorm has like their own kitchen. It's basically an apartment, but everyone in the building is in your grad school. So
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah, imagine that this is a once in a lifetime chance. How many chance that you can get into the Ivy League school dorm? Yeah.
And you can, like, before the semester, people move in and you hang out, and then these people become your friends for a lifetime. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe you might, like, burn something or set something on fire.
Show your hand.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so they can't see it. We're gonna give you a picture of this. We'll show you a couple of pictures that will just randomly pop up in our video if you want to take a look. But oh god.
We're gonna remember this
Live with people, right? Like
story we're gonna tell when we get old.
I know. Hopefully it's in a good context and a bad context.
Why would it be a bad context?
It's a learning moment context, yeah. Because I did something stupid to cause the burn, right? Like, we got a whole episode about things that we shouldn't have done. Keep in mind, subscribe.
Coming up.
But, like, I don't know. Like, if we're going back to the regret part, I'm the only one who lives by myself, truly alone from everybody in my own little ecosystem. Like, right? Like, at the beginning of class, for the first 4 or 5 weeks, gone. Didn't know anybody.
That's your fault.
Yes, I will own that.
You live 2 minutes from school.
I literally live the closest to school out of all of us. Like, I roll out of bed, I can see the school from my window, and that's another regret. I don't live that.
You don't want.
No. I mean, it's good for when we need stuff. We just run over to my place, right? But like, yeah, live with people. Because I live in this dorm that is like, it's a dorm owned by a school that's apartments, and I didn't realize it was owned by schools. But literally nobody is in my program there. They're either working professionals or they go to the other grad school nearby. So like, it's lonely.
But I was talking to this very experienced classmate in our class who actually is like a senior fellow. So she's had her whole career already. And when she moved into her apartment in our city, the first thing that she did was to invite everyone on her floor into her apartment to get to know each other and say hi. And if you live in an apartment where it's all young professionals and students, they're good people to get to know too, even though they're not in your program, right?
Yeah, you make a good point. But like, see, I'm shy. That's another thing. Like, I'm trying to learn to be more extroverted. I'm trying to learn to be more like, hey, what's up? But you know me. Like, when the story of how we first met.
Is he shy?
No.
I don't
You're
think so.
just stressed out in the first couple weeks.
Yeah.
So if you don't know the story, so Ching and I, we met because we sat down in class together, and I was working on a project, and he's like, "Hi, my name is Ching. What's yours?" I'm like, "Hi, I'm Nick." And then I went back to working, and I felt so bad because I was blown. And I just felt his cold stares, just like looking at me, like, "Oh, I guess we're not gonna chat."
Okay.
She
Why
didn't know
American always like that?
Yeah, right. But she doesn't know this, but Ivy here literally sat in the same exact table and gave up these vibes of like, don't talk to me. Shit. Don't talk to me. No.
When?
No, but like you were talkative to everybody else, but me, because I didn't, like, I think everybody at the table already knew each other. Like, you knew Ching, and Ching knew and beep his name out, right? And then he was at the table too, right? So all of you already knew each other, and there was just me.
You were working, right?
I was working for work, but once class started, that was when we had that discussion, right? About, so we're in a health policy program, right? But we were talking about like the platform for the Democratic Party versus the Republican Party, and on a healthcare issue. And I remember I said something, and then somebody said, "Could you elaborate more on that?" Okay, so I elaborated a little bit, and then you go like, okay, so for those of you who can't see us right now, go to our YouTube channel. You'll see she does this.
We're gonna cut all of this out.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
We're not cutting any of this out.
I actually just had a leadership workshop, and we talked about teamwork. And one of the things I mentioned that I'm bad at in a team is that I don't know how to give constructive criticism in a nice way.
Aw, that is so true.
I'm too direct. I need to improve.
Okay, what do y'all think? Yeah.
I think the first few weeks is a good way because people they don't have their own circles, so you can jump to different circle easily. People haven't know each other very well yet, and people are more friendly that time, more open to know new friends. I mean, that time it's a nice chance to sit in different places, because I mean, for now people sit in certain places or they have their certain group of friends. It's harder to get into their own circle. But in the first few weeks, I think you can just be brave and then sit in the places that you are not very comfortable with, and just try to speak with different people. I think that helps a lot. Even though sometimes you will get some cold reactions from others.
Yeah, so our regret is that we've been stuck with each other.
Is it a bad regret to have? I mean,
I'm just kidding, but it's a good advice.
see, he gives that advice, but I was the only one who jumped from table to table. These two sat at the same people every time.
That's why it's our regret. We're talking about our regrets.
Yeah.
So in the beginning of the semester, that we should forget about the homework, forget about the class, just go to the people, different people.
You didn't see that right now, but Ching was just like, "What?"
I think because you are in a small program, so there's only 7 people in your program, you get to know each other very well. But our program is like 70 people in our...
Something like
At
that.
least 20-something in my cohort, the 2-year program, right? So I don't know how many in yours.
40, 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, so every class we have the same classes, the required classes that you have to take. And I mean, you can know different people in every class if you sit in different places or have the courage to like say hi to someone you do not know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and talking about the class, do you feel that are you regret that when you are in the teamwork, you should do more thing to present yourself, or just let others to have the lead?
Oh gosh.
I think teamwork is also a big topic in Ivy League school.
Yeah.
Because everybody have their expert, but when everybody is expert, how to work in a team?
Oh gosh.
That's
that
coming up in
serious?
episode 7.
Or a future episode. Let's be real. In a future episode.
That's a too serious question.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Yeah.
a good
Just
question. I mean,
Yeah.
people in Ivy League are so talented, and then sometimes you try to bring up some ideas and you are at the same time you are afraid of like,
Yeah.
oh, is this idea actually good enough?
That's another regret I have. Not
Not
speaking
speaking up?
enough. Yeah. Not speaking enough in class. all of us pretty much have imposter syndrome here, right? We're not sure of ourselves because everyone's so smart.
Can you explain about what is imposter syndrome?
Yeah.
Future episode. No. Don't be giving away our content yet. No. No.
Yeah, that's a big topic, right?
It's a big topic. We're definitely gonna tackle it later. But speak up in class because you have things to say that are as valuable as others in your class. And also, if you speak up a lot, people in the class are gonna notice you. And if they need collaboration on something, they're going to actually reach out to you. So you'll get yourself known more if you speak in class, which I don't yet, but working on it.
Now, let's add a little bit of a nuance to that. Don't be the one who always is the first to speak up in class.
Yes.
And you dominate the conversation. You take it away from. Don't be that person.
I'm talking from the perspective of a shy Asian girl here. So, you know, take it from this perspective. If you're the one that always talks in class, then forget about what I said.
I think there are some story in it.
We'll talk about it eventually, but you all know that person. Well, it looks like we're out of time for episode 2 of Grad Student Regrets. But do us a huge favor, subscribe, hit the like button, or follow us on whatever media platform that you're currently on. It will help us keep this podcast going.
And remember, we're doing this for you. So if you have anything during the podcast that you want to learn more about or any topics you want us to cover, please reach out.
You can find us on Grad Student Regrets Instagram or email us by gradstudentregrets@gmail.com.
Yeah, our regrets doesn't have to be yours. So, more stories on episode 3.
That was so good. Yes, dang. Woo!